And then I want to thank a few people. I want to thank my staff, most importantly. I want to thank Trish. I want to thank Bo, who's here today. I want to thank Katie, Shannon, and Jim for all their hard work throughout the year. It's a tough business being athletics. It's a lot of nights, a lot of weekends, a lot of time away from family. It's something that you can't thank people enough for. It's a very thankless job. But I want to just thank them for their hard work and dedication to all of our sports teams. You can't do it without them. It's something that they make Brookdale and the athletic department look good. And without these individuals, again, we couldn't do what we do. So I want to thank them for all their hard work. The women's soccer team was truly represented what a student athlete is. They went out there, and as you can see, they won first the regional championship, and then they went and they won the national championship, the first in the program's history. But beyond that, what they were able to do is they were able to, in the classroom, be an NJCAA Academic Team of the Year. That's where the student athlete comes together. The GPA, and again, I don't have it in front of me, but I know it was above a 3.0 as a team, which is pretty impressive when you take 16 young women and you put them together, that all of them have a 3.0 GPA or better. So they really, truly are what a student athlete is at Brookdale, and we're very proud, again, of what they were able to accomplish last year. What that does is I think women's soccer truly shows what Brookdale athletics is about and how important Brookdale athletics is to the county of Monmouth. Brookdale athletics goes way before me, but I think it's truly ingrained in the culture of Brookdale, and I think that's so important. We're so lucky that we have an administration that embraces athletics and understands how important it is to the culture of being a student athlete and the culture of Brookdale Community College itself. You'll see today, if you walk around and talk and mingle with people, and I think if you talk to the student athletes and some of the parents, I think you'll see how it truly has changed some of their lives. And I mean that by some people probably said, I'm never going to Brookdale, and came here for whatever reason. And if you talk to them now, you'll find out the experience was something that they won't be able to replace. All right, there's people that wanted to come to Brookdale, all right, for whatever reason. I think they'll find out that they had a better experience at Brookdale for what it had to offer than a lot of other institutions they could have chose. So I invite all of you to talk about that and mingle, because I think that's truly one of the great stories, is how much our student athletes love Brookdale Community College. All right, they love Brookdale and what it has to offer.
The people who know me well, Shannon, Sean, Bo, the guys over there, particularly Jimmy, know that I'm rarely at a loss for words, but I've been struggling to find a way to express how proud I am of these young women who went out here and did what they did. And I said it, I talked to a bunch of them before regionals, before nationals. It has nothing to do with winning a national championship. It has everything to do with the character of these young women. First, I love that we won a national championship. Don't get me wrong, guys. Don't misunderstand this for a second. I love it. It's really amazing. But I got to know a lot of you, some more, some less than others, see you walking around the halls. What I've seen is a quality of personality, a strength of character, a force of will, a camaraderie, and pick up your teammates that I have rarely seen anywhere. So as much as I love that we're sitting here celebrating a national championship, and you guys are going to get some rings, and you'll wear those with pride the rest of your lives, don't ever lose sight of the reason you got there is who you were as individuals and as a team. And if we lost every game in the season, it wouldn't have changed how amazing this group of women was and continues to be. Those qualities, those strengths, that will to do the best you can, different than winning, do the best you can. That's what you can control always, is going to stay with you the rest of your lives. Thank you so much for what you've done for yourself. Thank you for everything you've given to Brookdale. I can't even begin to tell you how proud I am of all of you. Congratulations.
Our next speaker probably needs little introduction. I'll call him the captain of the coaches. Bo's been at Brookdale, I don't know how many years, but he's definitely got to be one of the founding members, in my opinion. He's been there a long time, and he does a lot of the right things that coaches should do. So Bo's going to speak on behalf of the coaches to y'all. So Bo, come on up.
Thank you, thank you. I promise I won't keep you long because I'm hungrier than you are. I don't know where to start, but it's a great day for Brookdale Athletics. I want to congratulate you girls on a storybook season. I mean, I've been there. I understand what that's all about. And I watched last year, and I marveled on how you played. And if you remember, I was at the regional championship. In fact, I think I remember carrying Chelsea off the field when she was injured after you won, just to get in the team picture. I know this has been a long time coming. It's been a while, but certainly you've accomplished something that can never be taken away from you. You have proven once again why Brookdale Athletics is the flagship program and the envy of all other community colleges. You've done that again. In winning the national title, you have given the college community a sense of pride and joy. But not to echo what Sean said, but for somebody that's been coaching as long as I have, there's much more to it than that. Not only you girls have been top-notch soccer players, you've been model students and excellent role models. And it's something your parents, your friends, and your family can be proud of. Something I've learned over the years, and this is something that as you go on, that fame can be fleeting. That's one of the things that does happen. But you'll always have the memories for a lifetime. And you should treasure those memories. You know, when you girls get together for a reunion, maybe 5, 10, 15 years from now, you know, you'll always have something you'll talk about, you know, even by chance if you get together. And some of the things you'll remember, okay, maybe how you thrashed Bergen, you know, when you won the regional title. Maybe it was the great shootout in the semifinal when Aaron's stellar goalie play got you to the final. Or maybe it was in that Seesaw National Championship game when Amanda headed the winning goal in on Kira's corner. All those things are so important. But you know what? You'll probably remember something silly that happened on a practice field, something silly that happened on a bus ride or in a hotel room. Those are the memories you'll probably have as well. And how neat is this? How neat is this? That both of your coaches are products of Brookdale soccer. I think there's nothing finer than that. And that's the story of Brookdale. You know, once again, how many coaches have played in the program and then went on to lead their teams to national titles or regional championships? And I think that's the neatest thing that you could have to offer. Katie, lastly, I am so proud of you. I've watched you grow as both a player and a coach, always instilling the right values and focusing on what's important to the young student athletes. And what I'm proudest of is how you handle your success with humility, grace, and dignity. That's something that's hard to do. Katie, you are an inspiration to all the coaches, whether you know that or not. So once again, girls, congratulations. I am proud of all of you. I know all of you personally. Some of you have also played for me. So enjoy your day and never forget. Thank you.
Thanks, Bo. Bo brings up a lot of great points, but one is hopefully in 5, 10, 15 years, you guys will get back together. And this is my little, I'll call it a cheap plug. We are reinstituting the Brookdale Athletics Hall of Fame. It'll be our first class in over 35 years. It's going to be this February 6, 2015. We are accepting nominations, but I say that because I can't predict the future, but I would hope a national championship team will one day be a part of our Hall of Fame. So it's something I think you'll have something to look forward to in the future. So there may be at least one more time we can get everybody back together, hopefully. So that's good news. At this time, I want to introduce freeholder John Curley. He's a Brookdale alum, and and he's a member of the Monmouth County Board of Chosen Freeholders. He's here today to present a few words, or excuse me, present a few awards and say a few words. So, Freeholder Curley.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to get up early on a Sunday morning. But this was very exciting, and I'm very happy to have done that. As Monmouth County Freeholder, I represent the 660,000 residents of the 53 municipalities of this great county. And this county has so many attributes. I consider it to be the finest county in the state of New Jersey to live, to work, and to play. And when we look at the accomplishments of our community college, bringing young, old, middle age together in an educational environment that is literally second to none. We have the finest faculty, we have the finest coaches, we have the finest administration. We also have the very finest women's softball team, and now the very finest women's soccer team. And all of our residents are extremely proud. I, as Sean stated, am an alumni of Brookdale Community College, and that was obviously a long, long time ago. I know a lot of you think that I dye my hair white, but it is natural. But I have some awards to give you to all of our athletes for their accomplishment. You make us proud. This certificate is presented to Lauren Bowler, defender from Little Silver and Red Bank Regional High School, in recognition for your extraordinary achievement. Thank you very much. Congratulations. My pleasure. This certificate is presented to Kira Holman, center, midfielder from Manasquan High School, in recognition of your extraordinary accomplishment. Congratulations. Thank you. This certificate is presented to Caroline Durer, midfielder, forward with Brielle from Brielle, New Jersey, Manasquan High School, in recognition of your extraordinary achievement.
Oh, it's okay. No, you're all good.
Okay.
That's the drill, guys.
This certificate is presented to Devin Carney, defender from South Amboy High School, in recognition of her extraordinary achievement. Congratulations. Great job. Sure. This certificate is presented to Ali Maddock, defender from Atlantic Highlands, Henry Hudson Regional High School, in recognition of her extraordinary achievement. Congratulations, Ellen. Great job.
Turn around now.
There we go. Thank you. This certificate is presented to Raquel Rodriguez, midfielder from Red Bank Regional High School, in recognition of her extraordinary achievement. Hey, Raquel, congratulations. Great job. Thank you. This certificate is presented to Simone Nakano, forward from Neptune High School, in recognition of her extraordinary achievements.
She's not here today. She's serving.
This certificate is presented to Caitlin Fisher, defender from Howell High School, in recognition of her extraordinary achievement. Hi, Caitlin. Congratulations. Thanks. This certificate is presented to Nicole Rodriguez, midfielder, forward from Union High School, in recognition of her extraordinary achievement. Hey, Nicole. Congratulations to you. This certificate is presented to Amanda Anastasia, midfielder from Middletown High School, in recognition of her extraordinary achievement. Amanda, congratulations to you. Thanks. This certificate is presented to Brooke Tardis, midfielder, forward from Neptune High School, in recognition of her extraordinary achievement. This certificate is presented to Chelsea James, center, midfielder from Howell High School, in recognition of her extraordinary achievement. Congratulations, great job. This certificate is presented to Alexa Messino, midfielder, forward from Howell High School, in recognition of her extraordinary achievement. This certificate is presented to Megan Begley, midfielder from Middletown Modern Day, in recognition of her extraordinary achievement as a member of this 2013 Brookdale College team. Megan is nominated. This certificate is presented to Kathleen Flanagan, midfielder, forward, West Long Branch, Shore Regional High School, in recognition of her extraordinary achievement. Congratulations, Kathleen. Sure.
You got it? Got it.
This certificate is presented to Erin Kinnerman, goalkeeper from Aberdeen Matawan Regional High School, in recognition of her extraordinary achievement. Congratulations. You're welcome, madam. Thank you. And last but not least, this certificate is presented to Derek Cheater for 20 years of phenomenal ball playing. Just kidding. But God bless Derek Cheater. Ladies, God bless you for what you achieved. As Dean Pfeffer had said before, this is something, and Sean said, this is something that you will always live with. It is something that you achieved, not just individually, but as a team. And that's the important thing here, your teamwork and reaching out and helping your fellow players succeed. You've done that. You've made us extremely proud. And we thank you for your achievement, and Godspeed in all you do. And please, ladies and gentlemen, please remember our troops, and God bless America. Thank you very much.
So you don't often get a second chance here, and I'm happy for that for a couple of reasons. I was listening to Freeholder Curley when he was doing the presentations, and something really struck me about it. Each one he read, and I noticed every time he got to one word, congratulations for your extraordinary service, every time he said it, he meant it. It wasn't reading something off a piece of paper. It was something very real. So I do want to thank the Freeholder, who represents all of our Freeholders, for the support they've given to Brookdale, continue to give to Brookdale. It means a lot. It helps us to do these sorts of things. So I do want to thank Freeholder Curley and all the Freeholders. I spoke with Dr. Murphy this morning. She is pretty much under the weather, and I've got to tell you, she's going to be pretty sick to not be here, because this means a lot to her. Very early on when she came, Shannon and I were talking about some obscure NJCAA regulation. And we're saying, is this right? Is this, do we need this? And we're back and forth. And Dr. Murphy happened to be right. She said, no, you don't need that. I said, well, it says here. She said, no. She serves on the board for that when she was at San Jacinto Community College. This is a woman who loves what we do in our athletic program. She understands what it means. 3.0 team GPA is astounding. Obviously, you guys are kind of pretty smart to begin with. Okay, I'll buy that part. But it doesn't come without sacrifice. It doesn't come without you. I've been through this. I was an athlete, and I know the time that you put in and the effort. And to still find the time to make sure your grades are your #1 priority is astounding to me. So from me again and Dr. Murphy, she wants to congratulate all of you as student athletes. It's not just a national championship that you excelled in. It's everything you did, everything you do, everything you represent, the times you walk around campus. But there's a reason she's the president and I'm only the dean. Because I did forget one thing when I was speaking the first time. That's why I said I'm happy for a second chance. She asked me to deliver one more message, as well as congratulations to the team. And I want to do that because I kind of forgot to. She said, Katie Miller, you are beyond awesome. Thank you for everything you've done, the role model you are for all of us, but especially for your team. Thank you, everybody.
It is the quarterfinal game of the NJCAA Division III Women's Soccer National Championship Tournament. Caroline Dewar and Simone McKenna scored 2 goals apiece, while Alexa Messino, Chelsea James, and Kiera Holman scored 1 goal apiece as Brookdale cruises to a 7-0 victory over SUNY Delhi. They then moved on to the semifinal game versus Howard Community College. It is the semifinal game of the NJCAA Division III Women's Soccer National Championship Tournament. At the end of the 90 minutes of regulation play, the game was tied at 0. The game remained at a scoreless tie after overtime. After the first round of penalty kicks, it was at a 2-2 stalemate as Alexa Messino and Chelsea James scored on penalty kicks. In sudden death penalty kicks, Brookdale's Caitlin Fisher scored the game winner in the upper left 90, while Brookdale goalkeeper Aaron Kinnaman made a heroic save on the Howard penalty kick attempt to seal the victory for the Jersey Blues and send them on to the championship game versus Mohawk Valley Community College. It is the championship game of the NJCAA Division III Women's Soccer National Championship Tournament. Brookdale took an early 1-0 lead with a goal by Caroline Dewar. Brooke Tardis added a second goal for the Jersey Blues as they took a 2-1 lead into halftime. Alexa Messino scored Brookdale's third goal on a 25-yard shot. Mohawk Valley answered back with 2 goals of their own in the second half to tie the game at 3. With 5:22 remaining in the game, Kiara Holman placed a corner kick on the head of Amanda Anastasia to score the 4th and final goal of the game, clinching the title for the Jersey Blues, the first in the program's history.
And now your 2013 national champions, the members of the Brookdale Community College Jersey Blues. Aaron Kinman. Kathleen Flanagan. Megan Beagley. Alexa Messino. Chelsea James. Brooke Tardis. Amanda Anastasia. Nicole Rodriguez. Caitlin Fisher. Simone McKenna.
Yeah, Simone! Yeah, there's 200-something pictures left.
Okay, good.
Raquel Rodriguez. Allie Maddock. Devin Carney. Carolyn Dewar. Kiara Holman. And Lauren Bowler. As the 2013 NJCAA Division III Women's Soccer National Champions, the Jersey Blues.
Brookdale's Chelsea James, Amanda Anastasia, and Lauren Bowler were named to the all-tournament team. The most valuable player of the tournament was Caroline Dewar, defensive player of the tournament, Aaron Kinneman, and coach of the tournament, Katie Miller. So that was a rather quick recap of the tournament, but hopefully, I think most of us probably lived through it one way or another. But that last game, if you were there, it was unbelievable how cold and how many different weather patterns we saw that day. But I'm going to call Katie up, Coach Katie Miller, to speak about the team. Like Bo said, Katie was an alumnus, and she actually played, and you can say the year back when they actually lost the national championship game back in the day. But you came back and got redemption, right? So that's all that matters.
We did lose in 2006, but it was nice to be a part of this team who won it, just seeing it from the other side. I first just wanted to say how nice it is to be back in the company of the 2013 Women's Soccer Championship team. It is so nice to see all of you as well as the parents. I would also like to thank a few public leaders for their support and encouragement of our team. Many thanks goes out to New Jersey Congressional Leader Frank Pallone, Jr., Assemblywoman Caroline Casagrande, and Freeholder John Curley for their respective acknowledgments and proclamations. Freeholder Curley, thank you for being in attendance with us today. thank you to President Murphy and to Dean Pfeffer for your support as well. The women's soccer team accomplished so much this year, and we would not have been able to do any of that if it wasn't for the support, for the dedication, for the hard work, and for the long hours of our athletic department. Sean Noel, our athletic director, Shannon Ventry, our associate athletic director, Jim Anderson, our athletic trainer, Trish Taylor, our administrative assistant, Bo Scanapico, coordinator of athletics, and our softball coach. I cannot thank all of you enough for all that you do, even for putting this on today, and especially to Sean and to Jim, who traveled with us to the national tournament. Because I think it was even up to that morning of, I got a call from Caroline Dewar early in the morning of Sunday saying, Coach, there's something wrong with my leg. My leg hurts. And I quickly got on the phone. I called Jim. I'm like, hey, Jim, are you awake? I'm like, you got to come over. And Jim made sure that he took care of Caroline before that championship game. So thank you to the athletic staff for everything. Something really special happened this year as well. Sarah Shaughnessy, a former Brookdale standout, came back and was a part of the coaching staff. And for me, it was so helpful to have you on the sideline. I actually coached Sarah Shaughnessy as an assistant coach of the program, so to have her come back and be a part of this program means a lot, and to still have her a part of the program this year. So Sarah, I thank you as well. Last but not least, I'd like to thank my family and my boyfriend Bobby for all of their support. They're there at the games with us. They took the trip up to nationals, and as a coach, it was comforting to have them sitting on the sideline because I was so nervous, but couldn't show that to the girls, and was able to, speak with them before the game, and to see them on the sideline helped calm my nerves as well. So thank you very much. When I started to think about what I wanted to say for today, I thought back on preseason, and for all the years that I've been a part of the program, preseason is one of the toughest parts. When August comes around and the players have to come, I deal with vacations, who's going where, who doesn't want to show up yet because it's still summertime, it's still their vacation. And for this particular season and with this group of student athletes, I had a full squad from the beginning of August. And I can remember turning to Sarah and saying, oh my goodness, we got something going on. It was 2 weeks into the season, and what these girls had put together, we knew that we were going to be able to accomplish a lot. And when we went into the tournament up in New York, we lost that first game. It was the second game of our season to Finger Lakes. And it wasn't because the team was better, it was just because on that day they finished 2 and we only finished 1. And I can remember seeing the girls get together and the look on their face of disappointment because they had lost and not liking that feeling. And they had all gotten together, talked about it, talked it over, and we went on to win 17 straight games. And that is something I'm so proud of all of you girls for turning that loss around into something extremely positive. And for me as a coach, I think that loss, again, nobody likes to lose, but that was the best thing that could have happened to our team so early on because the girls never forgot that feeling. I started then to look into some of the games, and one game that stands out to me the most was our Morris game. The County College of Morris, we took the trip up. It was extremely frustrating because of how physical that game became. And the 16 student athletes did not let Morris get into their heads, even when we saw the team fist pumping each other or chest pounding each other as they would take our own players out. And I got back on the bus and I was almost disappointed in myself because I made sure at halftime that I told all the girls, I don't want you to react to what they're doing to you. I want you to just play your games, keep the integrity of the sport intact. And they did, but we didn't escape that game without a few bruises, and I think, Chelsea, your ankle may have gotten taken out at that game. Allie, you got taken out in the back, but you guys still held true to what Brookdale stands for. And then, as I turned around to almost apologize to the girls on the bus because I felt awful for what had happened in that game. Granted, we still won. I think it was 8-1 we beat them. Caroline Dewar turns and goes, Coach, we want the ring. We're going after the ring. So I turned around and I looked at Shawnee and I said, all right, here we go. And then going to that national tournament, I feel like I'm freezing just watching that video. And how cold it was in upstate New York. The first game, I think, on that Thursday was the best game we could have had. It eased the nerves. We took care of SUNY Delhi pretty easily. Then we came back on Friday, played in the snow. It was freezing. I think I aged a little bit that day. Being tied after regulation, and then after double overtime, going into penalty kicks, and then after the 5 series, going into sudden death penalty kicks, and having Caitlin Fisher step up for the 6th PK, and then Aaron Kinnaman making the saving goal. I felt that was the championship. And then everybody had to rest up. We came out that Sunday, and just to take you back for anybody who wasn't there, I know we just saw it, but one of the biggest things this year, or the biggest joke, was the sun always came out for Brookdale. I would get text messages from the girls, whether it was in preseason or on a practice day. Hey coach, is it raining up there? It's raining by my house. And I say, no, sun's out, we're good to go. Or it would threaten that it was gonna rain, and the clouds were so dark, it started to rain immediately after practice had ended. So when we're about to warm up, all of a sudden the sun came out for maybe 2-3 minutes. I looked at the girls, I'm like, look, the sun's out. I was like, see, the sun always comes out for you girls. And I thought that was such, that was a good omen before the game. And we had watched the game earlier that day, and it was snowing. Still early in the morning, I said, you know what, girls, we just got to suck it up. We got to go out there and play. The other team's doing the exact same thing that we're doing. And that 90 minutes of play, I think every player on that field, every fan who was there, everybody who was watching on the internet, and us on the sideline went through every single emotion. We played through snow, sleet, hail, rain, and high-speed winds. And I believe it was like 34 degrees, so we were all freezing. And going up 2-0, then to have it 2-1, to then Mohawk putting in 2 goals right away, making it 3-3. The girls never gave up, and they never gave up on themselves. And I think that's a true testament to all of you. To be able to, in the last 5 minutes of the game, last 6 minutes, Kira Holman steps up. Amanda Anastasia, something that I have talked about for a long time. Amanda at that point had not been into the game. And with 15 minutes left, she had come off the bench, freezing. And at that point I thought, as a player, some student athletes may have taken that like, oh, you know, I didn't get any time yet. I'm upset, forget this, I don't care. And Amanda Anastasia came onto that field, played her heart out, and put the ball in the back of the net with her head to give us that 4th and final goal of the game. So she is somebody who I always talk about because of how she reacted and how she rose to the occasion instead of sitting and sulking that she didn't get any minutes prior to that. And Amanda, I'm very proud of you for that as well. Let me just see where I'm at. As a coach, winning a national title is huge. It's the first time in program's history. It's the first time for the women's soccer program. But above that, I'm so proud of what Dean Pfeffer had touched on and Sean Noel had touched on before, was your grades. Our team cumulative GPA was over a 3.3, which for 16 student athletes to compete at the level that they competed at, to have missed class to get to the national tournament, and to be able to maintain that, I am so proud of. And I think we had 2 or 3 girls who maintained a 4.0 throughout the semester, who are science majors, who had that additional lab. I couldn't be more proud. And the last thing that I think back on is we're involved in Region 19, and Region 19 always struggles to lower the number of card accumulations. And again, for a team to win or to play 19 games throughout a season, to play teams who wanted to beat us, who wanted to do whatever they could to beat us, these 16 student athletes rose above all of that, no matter what happened in the games, and did not receive 1 caution or 1 ejection throughout the season. And I am so proud of all of you for that, because that's something I instill at practice all the time, and I couldn't be more proud for those 3 accomplishments. So this season is one that I will never forget. You guys made history. You're a group of girls that I wish Brookdale was more than 2 years. I wish I had more time with some of you. And I still have 7 returners who are back this year, so I'm very excited about that. And for the girls that did move on, it's been fun keeping up with seeing with what you guys are continuing to accomplish. So I'm very proud of all of you, and I hope that you enjoy this moment and always remember how hard you guys worked, because nothing was handed to you. You earned everything that you accomplished this year. A conference championship, a region championship, a national championship. So congratulations. Thank you.
Amanda Anastasia. What's that?
Not plugged in anyway, so I'll be talking.
Megan's not here, but Megan Begley. I'll hold hers. Lauren Bowler. Devin Carney. Caroline Dewar. Caitlin Fisher. Kathleen Flanagan. Kiara Holman. Chelsea James. Aaron Kinnaman. Allie Maddock. Alexa Messina. Rodriguez. Nicole Rodriguez. We'll figure it out. Raquel Rodriguez. Brooke Tardis. Assistant coach Sarah Shaughnessy. And head coach Katie Miller.
Can I say something really quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, I forgot something in my speech. So I'm known for messing things up when I speak, getting things tied or saying a phrase incorrectly. So when I was trying to get the girls pumped up for that region game, we got in a huddle and I said, you know, girls, just let it all fly out today. Let's go balls to the walls. So the expression is supposed to be balls to the wall, but I added an extra S on it. And before we went to the Nationals, our goalkeeper, Erin Kinnaman, where are you, made T-shirts that said balls to the walls. And even though I told the girls they were not allowed to wear it because I didn't know if that was appropriate to wear around the hotel, before the first game, I gave my speech. Shawnee and I had the shirt on underneath our jerseys. So we talked, we pumped them up, and at the end, we lifted up our polos. Girls got pumped. Then our athletic trainer, Jim Anderson, I got him involved, and I'm pumping up the girls for the semifinal game versus Howard. And everyone's getting close together, and then I go, oh wait, and our athletic trainer, has something to say. He rips up his shirt, and he's got the balls to the wall, so everyone's getting pumped. And then for the championship game, I had our athletic trainer put the shirt, not our athletic trainer, I'm sorry, Sean, our athletic director, Sean Noel, put the shirt on. But before I could turn to Sean, the girls said, "Hey coach, we got something for you." And they all lifted up their shirt and had the balls to the wall shirt on. Balls to the walls shirt on. So that is part of your little message. I wanted the audience to know where it came from. Oh. So now you guys can open up your mouth.
So you try them on. If parents want to come up and get pictures, come close. Whatever you want to do.
I'm very proud of all of you girls.
Was speechless. We couldn't have done it without you. Yeah, really. I'm winning. Believe that. We good?
All right, before one last huddle with this team.
Oh, come on, Kathleen, do it. Kathleen, I'm the one who doesn't know. Kathleen, do it. You guys are gonna make me cry. Kathleen, do it.
One last.
Let's go. You can do it. What'd you say? Right? Jersey! Blues! Jersey!